A relaxing moment in the spotlight, a simple moment, managed to steal the public's attention. Cha Eun-woo, an actor and ASTRO member who is currently serving his military service, was seen enjoying his afternoon at a cafe a few days ago. His performance was far from the glittering stage and cameras that usually surround her. This time, he was just a young soldier who had just received a short leave of absence after completing basic military training. The news of Cha Eun-woo's presence at the cafe spread quickly among fans. There were no big cheers, no glare of stage lights, just a calm atmosphere with a cup of drink in front of him. However, that simple moment carried a great meaning. He had passed an important initial stage in his conscription journey, a new chapter full of responsibility. Chapter 1. From the stage to the military barracks. Cha Eun-woo, whose real name is Lee Dong-min, officially began his military service on July 28, 2025. This decision he lived with full responsibility, having previously remained actively working until the eve of his departure. Before entering the military, Eun-woo even took the time to visit the rest of his best friend, Moonbin, showing his human side that is so inherent in the hearts of fans. Many refer to the moment as an emotional temporary separation, as well as evidence of the depth of a sense of friendship behind the glitter of the entertainment world. When the day of departure arrived, he entered the military training center without a big spotlight. Only a few official photos circulated, showing him in a uniform and a short haircut typical of the army. His smile remained engraved, although it was clear that he had a serious aura in carrying out his new obligations. Chapter 2. Undergoing basic training. Basic military training in South Korea lasts about 5 weeks. This is where every young man drafted into the army will be forged physically, mentally, and disciplined. Cha Eun-woo is no exception. Reports from the military said that he was classified as one of the disciplined trainees. He takes every instruction seriously and shows consistent performance. In fact, on the day of the basic training graduation ceremony, he is trusted to be the event commander, a position that is only given to trainees with a high record of leadership, assertiveness, and discipline. This position is not merely symbolic. The event commander is in charge of leading the ceremony, making sure the lineup runs neatly, as well as being a representation of the training graduates. The fact that Cha Eun-woo was chosen for the role shows recognition from his coaches and peers for the dedication he showed during the training period. Chapter 3. A fresh start. A fresh start. Upon completion of basic training, each soldier is usually granted a short leave of absence before being posted to their respective unit. This leave is not just a gift, but also a chance to breathe for a while after a tough routine full of challenges. Cha Eun-woo uses his time simply. He goes to a cafe. Without a stage, without a camera, without a busy schedule, he just enjoyed the afternoon. A cafe visitor who saw his mentioned that he appeared very simple in casual clothes. There is no striking celebrity look aura, but the charisma still radiates. He looked calm, occasionally staring out the window, like someone who was enjoying a little freedom after weeks of hard-forged training. The moment was simple, but it left a deep impression. For fans, seeing their idols go about their daily lives as mere mortals is a reminder that behind fame, there is a person who also needs time to rest. Chapter 4. Public reaction and fan support. News of Cha Eun-woo enjoying a short break at the cafe immediately spread on social media. Hashtags of support for him have sprung up again, such as hashtag proud of Cha Eun-woo, hashtag always with Eun-woo, and hashtag Eun-woo military journey. Fans expressed a sense of pride that their idol not only performed his duties, but also managed to show an example of discipline. Many wrote warm messages, wishing him to maintain his health and stay in good spirits until the completion of his duties. Not a few were moved to see the simplicity of Eun-woo. He could have gone to an exclusive place, but he chose a simple cafe to enjoy his vacation. It shows who he really is, wrote one fan on an online forum. Chapter 5. Career flashback. Before enlistment. To understand how big this moment is for fans, it is necessary to look back at Cha Eun-woo's career journey before enlistment. As a member of ASTRO, he is known as the face genius, with visuals that are recognized at home and abroad. However, he proved himself not only a handsome face, but also multi-talented in the acting world. He successfully starred in a number of popular dramas such as My ID is Gangnam Beauty, True Beauty, and Island. His popularity extends throughout Asia, making him one of the Hallyu's brightest stars. In addition, he is also active as a singer, model, and brand ambassador for various global brands. His busy schedule shows great dedication to his career. However, he chose to pause in favor of living the obligations of the state, a decision that increasingly made the public respect him. Chapter 6. Between the responsibility of the state and the heart of a friend. One of the aspects that made fans appreciate Eunwoo's decision even more was the moment before his departure. He is known to visit the grave of Moon Bin, a friend and fellow member of his group who died in April 2023. The visit was full of meaning. Behind his powerful smile, many are aware of the emotional burden he carries. Conscription is not only about leaving the stage but also about leaving the routine and the closest people. For him, visiting Moon Bin was a way to say goodbye and seek strength. Chapter 7. The meaning behind a cup of drink. Returning to the moment in the cafe, the cup of drink he enjoyed became a simple but powerful symbol. It was not just coffee or tea, but a small respite on his long journey. For an idol, such a relaxing time is a luxury. In his active years, he always moved from stage to stage, from filming to shooting. Now, in military uniform, his life is arranged in a strict schedule. So, sitting in a cafe is a small form of freedom that he fully appreciates. Chapter 8. People who inspire. Cha Eun-woo is not only known as an idol or actor, but also as a figure who inspires many people. His dedication to his career, loyalty to friends, discipline in the military, and simplicity in everyday life became the complete package of a beloved public figure. This moment in the cafe is just a small part of his long journey, but it is enough to make the public respect again. Conclusion. The journey is still long. Cha Eun-woo's short leave is just the beginning of his military journey. After this, he will be placed in a specific unit to continue his service. The public will probably rarely see him on screen or stage, but the support and love of fans will certainly not subside. The moment when he sat quietly in a cafe after basic training will always be remembered, not for luxury, but for simplicity. It was a portrait of an ordinary human named Lee Dong-min, who also happened to be a big star named Cha Eun-woo. When the public saw his picture sitting in a cafe, perhaps all they saw was a man enjoying a drink. For fans, though, it's a visceral portrait. An idol undergoing a life transition, a best friend who remains faithful to fond memories, a soldier who has just completed strenuous training, and a human seeking respite in the midst of his long journey, and therein lies its charm. Cha Eun-woo shines not only on stage but also in his everyday simplicity. This short leave was only the beginning of his military journey. After that, Eun-woo will continue his assignment in the placement unit until his enlistment period is over. However, for many, a portrait of him in a cafe is enough to become a simple symbol of balance between a global star and a young man named Lee Dong-min. Observers of Korean pop culture judge Eun-woo's moment at the cafe to have a symbolic meaning. Idols usually live on tight schedules. Sitting in a cafe is a small luxury. It shows his human side, said an entertainment columnist in Seoul. This moment also made the public pay greater respect to him, because not all celebrities can maintain a balance between global star status and obligations as citizens. After news of Cha Eun-woo completing basic military training and being spotted sitting casually in a cafe while on short leave, fan reactions from around the world continued to flow. This support is not only present on social media, but also in the form of real projects involving thousands of cross-country fans.